Chief Executive Officer at Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing. I am a native of New Jersey. I've been a resident in North Carolina for 20 years. I have an amazing husband and 5 beautiful children.
Thank you all for attending this extraordinary event, and tonight we are taking the time out to thank our nurses for all the care they have provided to all the patients, friends, and families. We dedicate this night to celebrate your commitment, your compassion, your perseverance to providing top-of-the-line health care to all patients.
Say breakthroughs in the room.
Breakthroughs in the room.
It's yours if you want it. Anticipating.
Patient always has worse going on than you do. They always have more going on than you do. And if you look at it like that, you will understand that compassion comes automatically.
Went ahead, you apply for your EIN, you got that first with your company name, and you go to the state level to apply, and it's no longer available. Now you have to do additional paperwork just to try to get everything balanced, right?
We are doing a Make the Call to Get the Client challenge. It's a 5-day challenge, and I want you to be a part of it. If you are a healthcare staffing owner and you are suffering with getting clients, hospitals, nursing homes, whatever your niche is, whatever.
We adore each other. We love being with each other, right?
No, I adore it. I enjoy it. I love it.
I don't know what you're going through, but we stopped by to tell you that what's in front of you is bigger than what's behind you. Your destiny, your promise, your future. You might as well shout before you get it, because God sent me here to tell you that what he has for you is gonna be big. That it's my season.
That it's my season.
You ought to declare that over your own life. Say, I believe.
I believe.
Go. And you want that person to have that integrity, that professionalism when the door is closed. Because that's what matters. Is diabetic or you're diabetic, it's a chance that you might lose some type of sensation in your feet. So you always want to touch the water when you get in any type of bath water, when you're immersing yourself in like a jacuzzi or anything.
So how do you see your journey from that point in time till now? And what is it now that you are aiming for? What is it that you seek for yourself?
So right now, I'm just seeking to touch medical professionals nationwide because, accountability kicks in, and that is what we have with our medical professionals. We make sure they are all of that when the door is closed. So
that's awesome. And
that matters most to your family, your health, and your happiness. You have to choose happiness over anything. And my husband, I love him. I say, look, you happiness over anything.
Just for travel and per diem, you have that.
Hey, listen, if you could ask a millionaire one question, what would it be? And guess what? If you could ask them that one question and it was completely free to you, would you ask it? Stay tuned, y'all. Don't go nowhere. Somebody asked me a question and it might be your question and I'm about to answer it. All right. So don't go nowhere. Stay here. All right. Let's get down to it. All right. So, why do I go live Monday through Friday, y'all? It's simple. You keep asking me questions. You email me, you DM me, you text me, you call me, you ask me questions. I answer your questions, right? This is your chance to get to ask a consultant, somebody who's generated a little bit of money in her business. And you can ask it for free. So I answer your questions for free. All right. So keep DMing me. I'm supposed to create a website. That's what I'm supposed to do. But keep DMing me, keep emailing me, and ask your question, and we will add it to the list of questions. Right? If you DM me on email on Instagram, for sure, we'll ask your questions. But we're on all social media platforms, so just DM me, and my team will get to it. Okay, so we go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. You can catch us here. Normally we have, I think, sometimes we start early, but 12 p.m. is the only one where I answer the questions. And then Saturdays and Sundays, you have to record it. Y'all, I'm so tired. I'm telling you, like, my body's aching. I'm sick. I just want to go lay down. But I'm not. But I got to keep moving. That's the thing about it, right? I don't have to keep moving. I could actually just take a break. But I'm not to sit down for a long time, y'all. I can't just sit down and waste the whole day. It just frustrates me. It really do frustrates me. Oh, but enough about me. Let's keep going. So check in here. Get your question answered. Let's get to the question. We got 13 minutes left on the clock. Boom. What are healthcare jobs without? That's not it. I know that's not it. We did that yesterday. All right, there we go. What is healthcare staffing in California? Okay, so this is episode 148, meaning I have been live for 148 days. Oh, God, that's a lot. But it's going, I can't wait till the number get to like 3,000, 1,000. Like, that is going to be crazy. All right. So what is healthcare staffing in California? This is a really, really great question, because healthcare staffing, especially for medical professionals, especially for nurses, is very, very sweet in California. All right. So I'm going to give you 3 things on what I think what is healthcare staffing in California. Number 1, unions. So California has the biggest, largest, most organized nursing union in the United States. All right. They have it down where nurses don't get paid a certain amount. They have it where nurses only get a certain ratio of patients, meaning if I go into a med-surg unit, I might at max take 5 people, right? If I go into a telemetry unit, I might at max take 4 people. If I go into a true ICU, like a medical surgical ICU or surgical trauma ICU, I might at max take 2 people, right? And the reason why I say might is because if there's some type of crisis or things that's happening, then they can't increase it for that time during that crisis until they get the additional help. But literally, the unions are so organized there. A lot of nurses love traveling there because of the union laws. You got to have 2 breaks. Like, that's a law to have 2 breaks plus a lunch. And I'm just like, what? What am I going to do with a whole hour off of time, right? And the 2 breaks that you get, the 2 15-minute breaks, is not even counted off of your time. The 30-minute breaks is counted off your time, but you have to, like, they come and the supervisor comes and relieves you for 15-minute breaks. I thought that was just so interesting. What is healthcare staffing in California? Is simply when you as a travel nurse decide that, hey, I want to go work in California. You don't have to join their unions to be a travel nurse, but the rules that are placed in the hospitals and nursing homes are based on the union rules, so you fall right under that. Now, in California, just like a healthcare staffing agency has to get an additional license to work in California, a nurse has to get an additional license as well, because California is not what we call a compact state. Okay, so California is like, look, when y'all become compact states, y'all pay the home state that y'all got your license in, and y'all pay them every 2 years, right? I'm not about to allow all these people to come work in my state and I don't get no money from them every 2 years, right? So they are money-making state. That's what I call them. I doubt it if they ever join the compact, because that's going to cut a lot of revenue that they get just from nurses alone. That doesn't include other medical professionals that renew their license in that state, because no matter if I got my original license in New York or New Jersey, in order to work in California, I got to have a license too. And the same thing goes for New York, right? So I don't think New York and California are going to ever join the compact states because they love that additional money, right? That additional revenue that they would lose out if they did become part of the compact. So they have really, really strong unions. And this is why so many medical professionals love California. But because of the cost of living, most of them have to work 2 jobs. So I will not be living in California. All right. So what is healthcare staffing in California? Overtime after 8 hours per day. I thought this was crazy when I went over there to work. I stayed over there for about a good 2 years working. And every day that you work over 8 hours, the next time after the 8 hours is considered overtime, time and a half. So if I was working 12-hour shifts, which is standard for medical professionals, for that first 8 hours, I would get paid a flat fee. For the next 4 hours remaining in that shift, I would get paid overtime. Now, if I was working over 40 hours, anything over 40 hours was considered overtime as well. But just the fact that you get paid time and a half and sometimes double time after the 8 hours is up, it was just like, man, this is it, right? I can see why people like California so much. But I always tell people about this story. And I believe I was in California and I was doing a contract, and I think the contract, sometimes the number slipped me, but I think it was like for a $13,000 or $15,000 or $15,000 check. I want to say it was for like $13,000, right at $15,000 check that I was expecting for 1 week of service, okay, in California. And when I got that check, because of the taxes and the franchise tax in California, that check was like $7,000. You talking about a girl was crying? I called back home. I was crying. I was telling my husband, like, yo, this is crazy. California taking all this money. I mean, I've never had 50% of my income gone based on, Lord Jesus, your child ain't got no pants on. based on a job, right? Just based on a job. So be careful when it comes to your taxes in California for sure, y'all. She threw me off. All right. So any day that you work in California is over 12 hours. I mean, it's over 8 hours a day. Is time and a half according to the state law in California, y'all. All right. So the next thing we got. What is healthcare staffing in California? It's vacations. I cannot express this enough. When I was in California for them 2 years, I was going everywhere. I went to San Diego. I went to Los Angeles. I went to I think it's Vero Beach. I went to, it's another beach, God, it was so beautiful. It was an island, Catalina Island. So it's vacations, right? On the days that you got off, a lot of things are close within location, or you can jump on a quick flight to go to the next city, depending on how far you want to go. Like from Los Angeles to San Fran, and spend the weekend there and just explore the town. So it is truly, truly vacations. The weather was beautiful, but every time I woke up in the morning, I don't know if it was because I was located in some of these hospitals were located in some real bad areas. There would be a car chase on TV. There would literally be a car chase on TV. And I'm just like, man, I really thought this just happened in the movies. But it was real. It was real. And I just felt like every time I woke up, there was a car chase or they was talking about some wildfires. So I never got to go to the that big park where they have that great sycamore tree because I didn't want to be part of the wildfires. All right. So great vacations. When you are in healthcare staffing in California, you get to vacation and you get to shop and you get to be in some really, really nice places because they pay their travel nurses well, but they tax you even well. Okay. So they tax you even more. So let's get to it. What is healthcare staffing in California? Number 1 is the unions. Number 2 is overtime after 8 hours per day.
And number 3, it is the vacations. All right, y'all. They call me CEO 3 times. Why do they call me CEO 3 times, y'all? Simple, because I am a CEO and I have 3 companies, me and my husband. Now, everybody's a CEO at least 3 times in their life. Either you're bossing yourself, your family, or your community. So everybody's a CEO at least 3 times in their life. So don't let people say that you're not. All right. So our first company is called Top of the Line Healthcare Staffing, where we staff medical professionals at hospitals, doctors' offices, and nursing homes. Then we have TOTLH, Just Hard to Go Inc. This is our nonprofit. This is the one that takes care of our medical professionals. Then we have The Real Alisa Applewhite Consulting. This is our consulting company. This is literally the company that allows us to teach everyday people how to build the healthcare staffing agency. We have a book called Make the Call to Get the Client. We are doing a workshop next Friday where we are teaching you how to focus on getting clients, y'all. It's only $497. Get your ticket. That's a 50% off discount from the original price. So get your tickets. All right. And then we have, what else? We go to schools and we talk to their kids about credit and building a business. Y'all, I'm pushing through. Like, I don't know what jumped on me from my kids, but I'm pushing through. We have something else. I can't even think about it right now. But we do a lot. Okay, so we do a lot. All right. So I know we partner with hospitals and nursing homes and doctors' offices to help them learn how to retain staff. We have the podcast, Beyond the Scrubs podcast. So if you want to be a guest, please DM us podcast on IG and you should be able to get the form to be a guest. All right. So follow me on all social media platforms, y'all. Follow me on all social media platforms. The Real Alisa Applewhite. Again, that's The Real Alisa Applewhite. Again, that's The Real Alisa Applewhite. Go to the.
What do they have to do to be a guest? What's the qualifications?
They just got to be a patient or a medical professional. Okay, so subscribe to my YouTube channel now, The Real Alisa Applewhite. Go subscribe now, y'all. The next event we're going to have is March 29th. It is going to be the Make the Call to Get the Client workshop. It's going to be March 29th. Tickets are $497. That is a 50% discount from the workshop price, so do not miss this. You can go to www.therealaac.com/workshops to get your tickets today, y'all. As always, look, I absolutely love y'all. Whew. Pray for me, y'all, because today I'm talking about. I told my husband I feel like my body aching and stuff. I don't like when that happens. It takes me to a bad area. I want to be well, so I'm gonna go and like self-medicate myself with all these herbal stuff. Let's see if I can feel better. Well, listen, y'all stay blessed. Believe me. Oh, we gotta give our shout outs. Let's give our shout outs. We can't. So we want to give our shout outs to whoever's watching on Facebook at The Real Alisa Applewhite. Kia Nicole, she gave us some love. Thank you. She's been following me for a very long time. I love Kia. Kia, your book came back too. It said wrong address. So message me your address because it's sitting right on the desk. I just looked at it. It kind of fell between the desks. I'm like, oh, her book came back. All right. So we got Glammy Add the Hair Guide. ND Stylist. We joined on Instagram. We got Sally Pack that joined on Instagram. Mr. Stevenson 650 joined. He said, "Hey Queen, how you doing?" My sister 216-704 Dr. Malika Stubb has joined. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. As always, I absolutely love y'all. I'm talking about I love you. If nobody told you they love you today, I love you. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're breathing. But listen to me when I tell you this. Not my mom, not my spouse, not my kids. Nobody loves me the way that God loves me. And the reason I know this every single day is because when I wake up, God has given me that breath. My husband or nobody else could breathe breath into me and give me life. Only God can do that. And I know that's just pure love because God is allowing me not only to be amongst my people that I love and give love to, but God is allowing me to be amongst his people and show them love and compassion. All right. So I absolutely love y'all. Make sure you stay tuned till tomorrow. Get your workshop tickets. For next week. Don't miss this. It's going to be the last workshop of March because that's the last week of March. Tickets are going to go up. All right. So get your workshop tickets. All right. As always, I absolutely love y'all, and we're going to leave y'all.
Time is not promised to anybody. So you have to be very intentful with your time. Because the simple fact of when you are in business, you are given so many tasks, you're given so many things to do that if you don't have a specified time on when you're going to do these things, when you're going to target these things, then they get lost in the sauce, right? And you should always do your intent schedule based on what has to be done now. What needs to be done right now that's going to generate revenue for my company or my business, right? How to get to the, as David Shan says, how to get to the bag now, right? So that task is always within that 1 hour block where you break it down to 15-minute circles, or you can break it down to 30 minutes, however intent you want to be. Intent to me is 15 minutes. I want to know what I can accomplish in 15 minutes. And we'll get a little bit more intent and see, I want to know what I can accomplish in 5 minutes, right? But right now, see what you can accomplish, because the thing that is going to get you to the bag first or get you increased revenue is the thing that's going to keep your business going. So you have to prioritize, right?
Oh, God.